slaves caught, you know how many slaves caught diabetes, stealing food, sugar, because they never had sugar, so the moment they got it, they caught diabetes.
And Charlie, your boy, Thomas Sowell said that he loved chitlins, which is an African American delicacy. Comes from actually Europe, from poor Scottish people. But I don't know, Charlie.
See, Charlie, like, I ain't gonna front. I got mad at my African baby mother yesterday, and I remember what niggas said to you, baboon nose. So I said, you baboon nose bitch, right? I said that with a passion and a lot of anger, but I texted though. I ain't say it with the words, but I said it in my head. And when I said that, I felt the anger of all my, not my ancestors, well, the white niggas. And that shit felt raw, my nigga. And I had to apologize after because, like, but I realized that shit was hurtful.
Yo, Nathan.
And I gotta apologize for you too.
I had walked away from my phone. I heard my name, but I'll say specifically.
That's what I'm sorry for you, a baboon nose.
I used specific examples of the scraps that were turned into delicacies. I did not mention fried chicken, but the raccoons had to coon out, spin their striped tails in the air.
I said chitlins.
He said chitlins, but Nathan, to that point, oh my bad, I'll let you.
No, go on. Well, it's in their names.
I was just gonna say that point, like, you say like you know, they took it from Scottish people. I think the Scots were also like extremely subjugated by the Brits. I think what I'm trying to say is like I think cuisine, a lot of like the cuisine of different cultures are shaped by circumstance. You take like to the Caribbean islands, like a lot of their cuisines are like seafood inspired, right? Because they're on a fucking island, like it's you're surrounded by seafood, right? I just think the people's cuisines are a result of their circumstances, and like the Scots were like poor, like British servants, or weren't they like subjugated by England? So I imagine like a poor culture was they obviously probably don't have much to pick from.
That's
so
incorrect, Louis. That's very incorrect. You're thinking of the Welsh and the Irish. The Scots have ruled over England in many other like past reigns. So the Scots are not poor, subjugated people.
Well, Faisal,
I'm not sure. Is that true? Oh, I'll just look at it.
Faisal, I feel you're being very disingenuous by being ignorant of Louis' point. See, what the detail you fail to realize is that globalization is the reason we have all these cuisines. Why did when an Indian nigga would go to Africa with his seasonings, he would introduce a new flavor to their bland food. And then they would end up creating a new cuisine based upon the seasoning that the Indians brought to them. It got so popular that people like Columbus would travel all across looking for some of these herbs. So when we think of the cuisine that people like to market as, this is my people, we have to realize that culture is a learned behavior. People learn how to cook these foods, and they learn how to cook these foods because other people brought certain ideas to make it what it is. So when we look at the fried chicken, when we look at the Creole food, it's based because
going to a lot of events, traveling as much as you can to find the craziest fuckers in the world. It's almost like a hobby of mine at this point, but you just end up in weird like I remember talking to Samson Mao in Prague a few years ago and just asking him like what he honestly thought about nation state adoption, or like, you know, it's like, or like the Pete Rizzo and Adam Beck, meeting them at like the Crypto Graffiti's party. I think you were there too.
I wasn't there. I left early that day, but I know you met him at the Rubik's Cube and everything.
Yeah. It's like none of these things. I wouldn't like. There's so many conversations we've had that I would never have. Like, had I not like left my, government academic job and then decided to go like full into this Bitcoin culture ethos study or whatever. I don't know. It's like I just wouldn't have had. I would have also believed that there was there was nothing beyond just trying to stack.
Do you know how boring my life would have been without Bitcoin? Like, best case, I would have been some like Twitter, social media tech bro with a marketing company.
I would have just been some finance bro that's addicted to fucking partying. I would have not taken the slightest look at programming if it wasn't for that. But I also don't put Adam and Samson on a pedestal. Like, you actually think that's some of the stuff that's wrong with Bitcoin, like the pseudo corporate interests that like don't necessarily like are corporate or are nonprofit. They're like just existing and just not doing well in either direction.
Yeah, I mean, you worked for Adam, so like, then I guess my point is like, you should try to meet your heroes because.
You know what's funny, Asher? You know the founding fathers that are considered the founding fathers. Do you know what makes them different than everyone else that participated in the Revolutionary War?
They survived?
No, they all have one unique attribute in common. They all happen to own their own newspaper that would write about how awesome they were. Isn't that interesting?
Makes sense. I would say like the American Revolution, without the newspaper, there wouldn't have been an American Revolution. It's just like, why is it in the Constitution?
Well, back then they just realized that it was all just like blogs where like people were just posting bullshit to bolster their own PR. And you know, like Benjamin Franklin and all those guys, they would just write fake articles like talking about themselves, pretend it was public opinion to like sway public opinion. I'm just saying that like I don't conflate the anyway. I don't know where I was going with that.
Okay, so the heroes.
I'm just saying, don't meet your heroes. Yeah. Because there tends to be that the people that. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You should meet them because you need to fight. Like, at least, like, if you meet someone face to face, you can have a conversation, even if it's not. You know, you don't know everything they're really thinking, but it's like you can kind of get some grounding for like what is really going on.
Yeah, what I'm saying is like, if you think someone's your hero and they have a full-time publicist, they're probably not the person you think they are.
Yeah, but this is why you should just try to find the real people. And what was it?
You were.
I'm not saying you don't have to agree with the people, or you can see why someone, like, I remember I met Amir Taki. He bought me lunch actually, and
wait, when he said he bought you lunch, did he find it in a dumpster or did you see him spend money on it?
I saw him spend money, and he ordered like raw meat. What is it called?
Beef tartare.
Yeah, beef tartare. This is in Prague.
Yeah, of course. That's where you get it. It's really good.
Yeah, it was. I'd never seen anyone wolf down just like ground beef raw before, but he totally. Yeah.
In Prague, they farm to table it, so it's healthy. I every day I'm in Prague, I eat beef tartare.
It's a little intense watching it the first time, but he was one of these guys that like was in it for the revolution, and then he got into Ethereum, and now he wears a suit, and he's like trying to explain.
Wait, he wears a suit?
He used to like backpack around not Afghanistan. He was like Syria. Yeah, he strapped on an AK and was like fighting with
well, he was a network systems administrator, and he went to help the Syrians with their network system administration issues. And believe it or not, in Syria, they don't have that many networks to system administrate, but they need men with AKs to help them shoot at people. And so he ended up doing less system network administration and more killing ISIS.
Yeah, it's total, like, so of all the people in early Bitcoin, the revolutionaries, he definitely is as revolutionary as you can get. Like,
he also is a squatter. He does the whole European thing where, like, they just, like, if they know someone's not in their home for a month, they'll just use it.
yeah, because he's also, like, it's like com sort of thing.
Well, he's more on the communist side where he thinks there is no such thing as property. It's just whether or not you're occupying it at that moment.
Yeah. So it's, I'm not, my point is that, like, I'm not saying that I don't need to agree with someone to still respect them for the risks they take and doing what they believed in. But in spite of all of that, like, he still ended up in shitcoin land, and he's doing very well for himself.
Good
but,
for him.
like, I'm
surprised to see that he's wearing a suit these days. That's the most shocking thing you said to me.
I mean, it's on his Twitter profile last I checked.
I don't know how many times I have to reemphasize, I literally don't use Twitter, so if it's on Twitter, I'm ignorant of it.
And the funny thing is, like, he's younger than me, and he's, like, had way more life experience in a lot of ways. I don't think he has kids, but it's like a... Yeah, it's fun to me. You're younger than me, Milan. And
well,
it's a similar...
Listen, Amir's a communist, or all children are his children.
That's right. He's a communist who's doing very well for himself.
Hey, I'm 35. I think Amir and I are basically the same age. I don't know how old he is.
Well, but he needs to exercise more. I'd say he's getting too fat and happy. What was I saying? The revolution.
You're saying Amir lived more than you. He's a little younger than you.
Yeah, and so, like, even if, okay, so there's this saying, I think the Apostle Paul says it. He's like, even if every man is a liar, like, let this be true, something like that. And that's kind of the heart of the point. It's like even if you meet every Bitcoiner and they turn out to be shitcoiners or whatever, whatever your equivalent of that would be.
I also think it's such a meaningless distinction that, like, other people apply. Because, like, what's the best way to say this? The kind of human that would learn about Bitcoin, play with it, and have the trait intellectual openness and the lack of, like, a disgust heuristic to want to play with it back in 2009, 2010, 2011 are never going to conform to this idea of, like, oh, that's caca, we don't touch caca because that has cooties. Ooh, like, you're just dispositionally the kind of person who's just open and, like, I want to try that. Oh, a bunch of people who are stupid and want to bully me say don't try that. Well, I'm going to fucking try it, right? Like, so many of the early Bitcoiners are people who are like, oh, that's a shitcoin. They're like, well, you know what? I want to try it. I want to play with it. I want to, like, see if it's good or not, because you never would have been someone who would have touched a Bitcoin in 2011 if someone saying, oh, that's garbage, don't touch that, would compel you to not touch something.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they said about Bitcoin too. And I agree with that generally, and I think I'm kind of, like, people use the shitcoin narrative as a way to, it's like a shortcut. It's like it saves your ass in the long run, yes, but is it honest? I don't know. But here's where I was going with this, is that, like, at the end of the day, this is about survival, and people who realize that early enough end up, keeping their stack longer. But most of the world comes to Bitcoin because because of survival. Like they are forced into it either through ransomware or, you know, like someone in their family got scammed and now they have to go buy Bitcoin.
That used to be true. I think you're using 2018 logic. That's no longer the case.
If you poll people, I think that's still, when most people have never heard of it, and then when they have,
that's your problem there. You gotta stop talking to Polish people.
Exactly. And my new job is probably going to give me a lot more insight into this question because of like stuff. But yeah, like because I have never really looked at the criminal side of things too deeply, and I think I might actually learn a few things.
Cool. Keep me apprised. I wish I was going to Bitcoin Plus, but I literally moved into my new place on Monday, and I've been to Austin once a week for the past 3 months in a row. So I kind of have like, I want a little bit of a cool down period right between me and Austin.
No, this is I'll miss you, but like, yeah, just in terms of currencies, though, like, you know, most of the world's currencies are pretty shitty, and it's just the West has the privilege of being able to choose between the dollar and Bitcoin, and that's like, but for everyone else, it's a survival game, and it's sad, right? Like it's, and like, yeah, so like even if hodling is.
Hello?
Physicists about like interpretations of quantum mechanics or whatever. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Do you take a view, Sasha, on like subjective and objective Bayesianism? Hello?
And we're rolling around into, further movements into the future of discussions as this year progresses. This year, 2025. All right, May 4th, Sunday, May 4th, 2025. May the 4th be with you. I want to go see the Giants game today just because of that. But it's a fun one here in the Bay Area. So all you Star Wars fans, I hope you guys are having a good one. May the 4th be with you. And I hope you have a great Sunday wherever you are across this beautiful globe. Welcome. It's a pleasure to have you all here and moving into the world of entheogens and psychedelics and discussing what is happening around in this amazing little blue spirit that we live on. So, hey, Jordan, how's it going? Good morning. How do you start your day?
Hi, James. I'm starting the day great. I slept fantastically, and Jim and I have a thing today with Dr. Daniel Reeders, I believe, who's in the audience, and looks like this whole thing with someone taking the title of your Symphony of Sales is going to work out okay. I think they're going to have me do a podcast with them for your Symphony of Sales. So that was one of those things where I got a little bit mad, but it was a good thing that I stayed really polite and affirmative, so I was able to turn that. It's good. I'm looking forward to the room. Also, I was finally able to understand why there was a problem in my book with Jim in the footnote, page 236, about something that Connor Murray had said, and it's a really important point, and I'm glad that I got to the bottom of it. It was one of those things where I had to have a whole lot of windows open and keep cross-referencing things till I finally understood, or at least I think I've understood what's going on. And I'm hoping even that at some point I'll be on the Flourish Academy and get to talk to Connor directly about what it is I think I finally figured out. So I'm good. I'm looking forward to your room. Thank you for having us.
Oh, we can poke Connor and ask him to come here and talk to you too. Oh man. Well, thank you. I'm glad to hear that. I hope that we can expand on that. Actually, today,
Lepo Jackson, MJ Square, E8MJ, that's Michael Bidback, son, king of popcorn.
Different types of physical places being developed to actually engage with people, to actually help create. I'm great. Just week, and integrating from a lot. Actually, these last few psychedelic months have been a lot, and thinking a lot about sort of the interface between the psychedelic underground and how it's developed its own pattern of use, which has often been without knowing the actual substance for sure, unless it's been widely tested, and then also even then not knowing how much it's been cut, because it's really hard to tell. So potency, I think, I'm starting to think has actually been is different than we thought it was, involving a lot of substances, because people are used to getting something that's a lot more dialed down. So it's just something I've been kind of like experimenting with and realizing some things. Well, one of those really another discussion, one of those recurring themes that we kind of like talk about here a lot, and probably one of the only places where this is spoken about is dosing, right? Like understanding kind of dose levels and what the effect or the experience potential is to be created. So I think you're right. I think we've talked about it so many times here, all the different levels that exist within the consumption of infusions or psychedelics. And that kind of piece right there, just kind of even within the research world, as we're still moving forward and things are being found, all the different levels tend to kind of like already help, like things like not fall apart, but just show the different directions that they can go. It's like mycelium. So there's many different points of contact, and there's many different directions of neural pathways that can be developed here. Hey, Stephen, bro, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing very well. I slept pretty well myself, and I actually got to sleep in. The kid's not with me this weekend, so get to sleep in a little bit. But that's pretty funny, Patrick, because there is a difference between 200 mics and 100 mics.
Yeah, just like we were talking about in the past one night, the difference between 5 mics and 20 mics is even right. There's always a notable difference. And that's the thing that I always find interesting. Damn, it's the same fucking conversation every single day with people.
This is why people, if you don't use this as like an audiobook platform, I think you're crazy because these conversations just don't end. It's the same stupid shit. But it is content. It's like sound, meaning that dead airtime is even worse than this, and this is just the same shit every time. But it's still better than nothing. But it's not better than an audiobook on YouTube.
0.5, this is 0.25. No, what premise one is saying is, if you assent to it, that you just have assigned a credence level to it being false, it being very likely false. And if nothing changes, then you think it's very likely to be false. Like, that's not, forget all the math and all this undergirding stuff.
Well, that's why I want to talk about it, and that's how I think you can make sense.
That's why I said yesterday, it's like kicking, it's like you're just basically confusing the discussion. Like that doesn't, like, if it's not if the math and stuff isn't helping you organize the thinking, then why would you use it to just confuse the thinking?
Well, I think it is, or like, I want to use it because it is organizing my thinking.
No, but it's not. But I'm saying this is the analogy. You're saying, well, not even the analogy. It's like you're saying, what we're saying. Hey, this is why Bayes' theorem is a great way to capture kind of our intuitions about epistemology. And it's like, you use this formula, this mathematical formula, to processify the thinking you have. It's like, and then this is a kind of thought I have about, like, I assign credence.
Like. Sonny wrote, is this where losers hang out? I saw the name Republican had to drop in to troll you. That's accurate. Hey, free Palestine. I greet you, my agency, IO set in Paris. I will see all your videos. Hi, my name is IO. I'm in Paris. These are the YouTube comments. I think he's pooping. How are you doing today?
Still get that, like, the person is being irrational, not to kind of like err on the side of their priors. And that's just like, okay, one would be, yeah, sure. You think that, say you think that the debate amongst the public parties is going to turn out one way or the other eventually.
But they brought me up and then they moved me back.
You don't hear anywhere of it, right?
Like, what's the deal?
You think all you're going to have is your priors, even though you think that they would be dwarfed by.
They're probably advantageous sending some reporting to parties like the anti-Semites and pederast Tim Ross. Hopefully someone's reporting on.
If you're in that position and you want to form as many true beliefs as you can, right, then if your priors are high enough, you should look at it as like, here's a great opportunity for me to form a true belief based on like what I do have.
If you just think about it in terms of assigning credence values to the propositions in the argument, I think that makes it more clear.
It doesn't make it's like so strange.
Sasha it sounds like she read rules, so you can just tell and talk to her about it. I don't know how else to explain.
It's like so weird. Like, it's like, I want to give you this like clear account of causal infinitism obtaining. It's like, let me give you a Grim Reaper paradox. It's like, if that doesn't work, what's going on here? It's like, yeah, why would you use that's not the correct methodology to illustrate what's being said. Like, if you perfectly understand clearly that, like, in the case where you've assigned credence to something and fuck all else changes, then, like, yeah, it's like most people say, like, that's the established belief, or the thing, that's the established level of confidence already. It's already happened. Okay, it's like, all right, well, let me plug into this. That doesn't sufficiently translate exactly what we're seeing.
Kind of interesting. It's like, or like, is a word like something to bounce off of, like,
sufficient
like.
And I don't think this is going to work for
Like.
aware of the sort of debate on
independent discussion now, where it's just like, it's like what you're saying is strange, because it's like you keep saying like, I can't plug this into that, but why should it? Why should you do? Why should that be with that?
Like, the idea is, like, for Draper's argument, if we're talking about intrinsic probability, and all you have is just some confidence that the intrinsic probability is, XYZ, and then you're not commenting on the evidence, then, like, given some other beliefs, you could very reasonably just be agnostic on the issue as a whole. I agree with that, but not for like prior probability, just if your prior in P is like 0.8, and then there's just like you're saying I'm not going to consider the evidence, then you're not using Bayes' theorem because you're not updating on any evidence.
So they brought me up at 3 times and kicked me down because I think Sam knows that I'll trigger everybody.
So it's more clear.
Cool.
The way we were discussing premise one, like with the Jack Angstrike argument, it's just that you assenting to premise one is just assenting to, it's just, you know, confirming that you have this credence. And once you have
the assent to premise one is it's 0.7 credence true. That's what it means.
I mean, that's a typical discussion now. You're saying that's a different point.
It's the same point. I'm trying to show you that you can assent to premise one and still think premise two is either like you don't have a position.
Yeah. But the whole point yesterday was that, like your point was that if you have a prior of 0.7 and the second part of it, like the marginal likelihood or whatever, the question mark, then you're justified in the output being a question mark.
I'm pretty sure I said you could deny premise. Like you could accept premise one.
You can deny premise two. You did say that, yeah. But your explanation for that, like, in the context of the argument was, you can just like the premise two. If premise two is a question mark and premise one is 0.7, then it's like you plug that into Bayes' theorem. The output is a question mark.
Yeah, I didn't know that that's not Bayes' theorem. So I was wrong on that. But
no, it's not. I was saying forget all of that. Like this is not really necessary to just understand a simple point, which is if you've already assigned the credence and nothing's changing, why would it change to a question mark?
What I've assigned the credence to is that the proposition is 0.7 likely. That's it. Like that proposition.
No. I think we're getting. You guys are talking past each other again. Like, so Albedo's talking about credence in premises of an argument, and Timothy is talking about the prior probability that you assign to like atheism, I guess. Right. So like, that's two different things.
No, I know. I understand that there's a difference, and that's what I'm trying to say. I'm being very like, I don't know if he's agreeing with me or like. Do you not want to talk about the way
that's just like a different point. I mean, we could like in the discussion about. I mean, even then, I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't even know what it's like. If the point is supposed to be, if you assign 0.7 to this, and then it's like, I don't know what you're saying. It's a question mark. Like, I think you'd run into the same problem as the Bayes rule thing, where it's just like, I mean, I don't know what 0.7 multiplied by a question mark is what exactly.
I wrote, enjoy your day on Clubhouse, but likely you won't actually be productive or have a good day here. Like, not likely.
You know what I said. You already have a prior, and it's irrelevant of the
No. You just.
Oh my god. It's so addictive, Deborah. It's like I can't get off of it, but I'm gonna read a book now. But I'm still clicking and I can't even get in a room now because this new fucking interface is fucking horrible. It automatically puts you in a room and I can't get out of the room and I can't get in the room I want to get in
Now in the exact same confusion.
I gotta restart the app to get in it's like what it's like the fucking creators of this app want you to get in a room right away, and I'm thinking that the likelihood of me getting into a room but I don't want to be in the room likely.
You realize the machinery would be like the fucking chips and the computer chips, but the electrical machinery would be the fucking like the train shit, the carts, those things, like Caterpillar company pulling them shits, and these are like $38 billion $1 trillion. So the top three makers would be those three right there: the crude oil, the electrical chips, or the fucking electrical machinery. And then if you was to add ChatGPT, it would just tell you that, and you would end up getting one of the gas stations, the video, or fucking AMD or one of the motherfuckers, or fucking General what you call that, General Electric, but they got divided into 5 different companies, so you really want to fuck with them like that.
But I asked ChatGPT. I was asking ChatGPT about it. I just asked, do stocks that are legitimately evaluated typically take these kind of stock hits when a brand ambassador or CEO makes like a faux pas?
I wrote low IQ, stupid, waste of time, shameful brain rot. Nathan and Tali are brain rot sufferers, addicted to stupid people talking. Nathan TBI, Tali TBI. If we stupid, you lack confidence and bath and cowardice.
Typically don't drop this sharply from CEOs or public figures' personal scandal unless that person is deeply intertwined with the brand's identity.
They kicked me. We got it. They're not being chill, right? If you kick somebody from the room, Deborah, you agree that that's not chillism, right? That's anger. That's an anger response, correct? So I don't know if I said anything hurtful, but it is just a chat app, right? Like, it's not the end of the world if I make fun of people for wasting their time and not reading anything, right? Just talking all the time and literally coming up with shit. It's like a game that kids play where they're like, if you had to swim through a pool full of diarrhea for $1 million, would you do it? That's basically what these rooms are. And it's amazing how people don't realize or at least can't openly discuss or regularly discuss what they're doing here, which is really wasting their time. And they're not being productive in the slightest way possible, especially if they're not actually creating anything. Because when a room isn't on record or you're not creating content outside of the platform, you're truly just wasting your time for absolutely no purpose, no possibility of any type of remuneration or any type of additional, creation. And I can't even, I'm clicking on a room, I can't even get in a room. Is it maybe me? Is it maybe my profile? But I have to restart the app every time now to get to a new room. So you tell me, like, do the people who develop this app, are they even aware of what they're doing to their app? But it doesn't really matter. I don't know how this app can sell data, which is worth more than the amount of data transfer that they have to pay. Because it seems to me like the amount of money that they have to pay to process all the data transfer would be far more than the amount of data that they can sell.
He's really doing something with a woman, right? And the woman is like, bitch, nigga, you ain't doing shit. I'm faking this orgasm. Like, straight up. Like, straight up. This shit feel like air in my vagina. But I'm going, oh. And I'm making you come, right? Because you think you doing something. You ain't doing nothing with that little shit, nigga. Put that shit away. But I just don't want to tell you the shit small and they doing nothing. I don't want to tell you I'm acting.
So this is for news, basically.
News, do you understand news?
They got angry because I called them stupid because they were talking about all the different, they were talking about Southern cuisine, and anyways, I won't even go into chillism, but it is really stupid, isn't it?
But you can keep thinking you got a big dick and, you're doing something. Ooh, news.
Good morning, my fellow retards. I'm a brain rot sufferer. I maybe have become autistic, and I'm definitely suffering from ADHD. I'm wondering, how are you people also dealing with the same problem?
What is autism? Can you define autism?
It's called Clown House.
Can you define autism, please?
Yes. 99.9% of all Clown House users suffer from what the DSM calls autism spectrum disorder. It's basically brain rot. And so what's happening is people who come to Clown House can't admit it, but they're completely unproductive, wasting all their time. And basically, that's what the modern day psychiatry is calling clubhouse syndrome. And the truth is, we could go into any room right now and confirm it. And I hope I was accurate and I am complete. Please don't call us. We will call you.
I know that's right. Give it up. You retarded motherfuckers. Just retarded.
So then, Deborah, it becomes a comedy show again.
It's okay to be retarded. Just join the gang.
Never go full retard.
Helmets for everyone. Everyone gets a helmet. Get in line for your helmet.
I have my own helmet. I'm Canadian.
I have a pink helmet on right now.
I don't wear my helmet.
My helmet is pink. It reminds me of pussy.
All right, 4 minutes to my heart out. I got 4 minutes to my heart out, because then I'm going to go about my life.
All right. Shout out to Doge. News, why you not talking anymore? Your dick got soft.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm back now.
Okay, this is a weird room. I've never seen this.
Last time they're talking like they're vomiting because they want to fight. No. Come on, man.
But you guys.
Man, what's the deal with your racist ass title? Can't even get on the room. Can't even get up. Hello?
If Nuer and Dinka were not there, South Sudan wouldn't be.
You should not say lie on lie. Everybody's just listening to you. You've been
The name of this house is called White Armies Power. Support White Armies. Update and insight on current situation in central Noorland, which is Africa.
To be in command in South Sudan.
Sudan.
Under your president, under your regime, under your king.
Now, you guys are riding everywhere.
See, this is what I thought Clown House would be like before, is like international monitoring.
To be used on
refugee camp, if you use
them on white army, I will say fight the fight. But if you use them on civilian, you're going to use them on civilian. So
why
use them on
don't
civilian. So when you say, when
Nuer and Dinka fight refugee camp, why do we beat Dinka? Because you guys are not enough to beat Dinka. Dinka is the nation.
You never won any war in the history of Sudan, not just South Sudan. In Sudan, in total, you never had a war that you won by yourself.
I'm not trying to Dinka beat you in South Sudan now.
Right. When?
I have the key.
Yo, you know, man, you're so human, bro. I couldn't believe it.
Does everyone in this room feel like they've done their due diligence?
100%.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Guess I'm involved.
I've been trying to do my due diligence for quite some time now.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I definitely am doing my due diligence.
I know. Let me find out she don't love the smell of her butthole when she takes a shit.
Ew.
That's called self-love.
Big love, big love, big love, big love, big love, free! Tory. Oh yeah.
You go see somebody tomorrow.
Let me cover you up in the basement and pull your vagina out your
Okay, no, you will not do that. No, thank you. I'm good.
You don't even need your pussy, bro. You don't need it. Just take it out.
No, not you. He's not here. Hey, Roger.
Hey, Roger. How you doing, Mr. Big Dick? Roger, do you have a big penis? penis, big boy? Do you have a big penis? Roger.
Big love, bitch, free Tory.
Now all we have is someone to record us.
Jesus, your life is so exciting. Gigi and Uncle Ted are wanted to the room.
Calm your ass down.
Finally, a chill room. Like, everybody on this app says like all the time, like literally, like.
Can you do a shitty impression of me again, please?
Can you please do a shitty impersonation of me, please, as I go about and collect the rents for the month of May? Some people are behind on the fucking rent. I've got a baby to feed over here, and I got Clubhouse to sit on and talk about nothing, listen to nothing, waste my fucking time with nothing. And now I've got a nothing burger and a nothing muffin and a nothing house and nothing husband and nothing kid, and everything is nothing. Because all I do, like, is just, like, do nothing. And so as a result, I've got nothing. And I gotta say, have you ever had nothing pizza with nothing on top? It's just cheese pizza. There's nothing on it. It's called cheese pizza with no toppings.
Never watched this. Exactly, this is how would I be.
Like, who fucking muted me? Who fucking dared to fucking mute me? Like you got nothing. You got nothing, and you're muting me.
Right, yeah, I got nothing. Okay, so be quiet.
Like, stop muting me.
Oh my god, you're so annoying. Be quiet.
Like, I got. They finally put me in the goo.
Okay, you watch this?
Yeah, let me.
Somebody they posted something funny on Instagram. It says, point of view when my bestie finally have kids and I'm stuck babysitting them, but they act just like her. It's kind of funny. Matt Matthews. What a great crowd at the Poundtown Republicans meeting. I love getting to meet new people each and every day. Oh, yeah, I know this guy. Angerbach, Eric Angerer. He's a Marine veteran. Ooh. Oh, we got a room going here.
This account, because this is my stalker.
Like, I ain't no stalker, love. I gotta get the fuck off this app and read a fucking book.
He might smile sometimes. Can you block Daddy Mike?
Who's this?
This is Lord Mike. He keeps following me.
People really play this game
It's
hard.
the woman because she can read.
Yeah, this app fucking sucks, doesn't it? Can't even, like, get into a room. How the fuck have they updated it to where, like, you click on a room and you can't even get in? Oh, it's so annoying. Anyways, there's no more point in this. This app is fucking garbage. And so one of my YouTube accounts got deleted for copyright infringement. And they said that if you appeal this copyright infringement and account termination, there will be serious legal consequences. And so then I get an email back from YouTube saying that the claimant on the copyright now has to file a lawsuit against you, or within 15 days they'll reinstate the account. So we're going to see if Longmont Potion Castle is going to file a lawsuit against me. I think it would be fucking hilarious. So we'll see what happens with that. And see if we get that YouTube account back. Because there's 1,500 videos in there. 2,000 videos, whatever. There's a lot of videos in there. It had like 500 subscribers or 450 subscribers. So it's kind of a loss, you know. And all these digital assets, if one of them goes down, it's a loss because there's a lot of time that goes into setting it up. And each and every one of these accounts can very quickly put out a very targeted, powerful campaign communication information. So losing a YouTube account at this stage with time constraints is just not worth it anymore to put anything or do anything that would like, you know, sacrifice the account, which is really just this copyright infringement stuff. And it was all because I was playing a CD. But God, it is the dumbest it's the dumbest prank calls ever. It's really stupid prank calls. It's not that funny. Even the Jerky Boys prank call CD was pretty crappy. It's the audio quality is bad. It's kind of stupid. It's just people crashing out, getting angry because they know they're being fucked with on the phone by some random. Okay, so I can't find any more rooms. We're going to terminate this Clubhouse morning session. I hope you've enjoyed it. We hit the hour mark. God bless you all. Health, wealth, love. Health, wealth, love, peace of mind, happiness, and strength. Is this where losers hang out? I saw the name Republican had to drop in to troll you.